Making waffles is so easy with our Breville panini press with the waffle irons attached. We keep it stored in a bag so that way it stays nice, and then we keep the panini press plates inside the top layer just because it's easier. Let me get this set up and show you how it works. If you love cooking, this Breville toaster iron is the best way to go. I have it plugged in. It's currently locked, but you can make it open. You can use the barbecue to, if it's a thicker product, and then you can choose how much you want it to close. I'm just gonna have it in open for my waffles. I'm gonna turn on the power and I'm gonna preheat it. So you see this preheating, it'll give me a green ready when I'm ready. I like to keep my waffles around 450, 425. I've found that the plate on the top tends to be a little bit hotter, so I have it on 425, but you can have it at whatever setting you want. I have had this Breville for 3+ years and am obsessed with it. So when I open it, these plates will pop in and out here and here, and they're dishwasher safe. They're also non-stick, which means they are so impressive, and it makes it so much easier to make waffles. I used to have an old waffle iron that just had the normal twisting, and it was not sufficient in ability to clean because it was connected to the actual electric product. So because of that, this is so much easier because the cleaning aspect, I'm more likely to break it out and actually use it because I can actually clean it appropriately. You notice there is some wear and tear. I don't do as much of the scraping as I could, so I probably should get on that. And then you notice that in the back, there's a little spill plate for my overflow, which I really like. So if you're making this for multiple people, you don't have to constantly be wiping up the counter. Now I've already gone ahead and made my waffle batter. We're just gonna give this a minute to heat up. The waffle plate does take some time to heat up, so a lot of recommendations will be to heat your waffle iron while you're cooking. I just am lazy. The nice part is this handle doesn't get too hot, but this is super hot. I mixed everything with my KitchenAid blender, and I am obsessed with this specific bowl because that spout allows me to pick up my dough, and then I'm not getting it all over the countertop. I also like kind of like a ladle type pouring in rather than using my actual spout, just because then I can get the approximate same amount of waffle mixture in each waffle. I'm gonna cook this for 5 to 6 minutes and then see how it comes out. One thing I will say is I don't need to babysit it. That's what I really like. I don't need to flip it, don't need to turn it. And then on top of that, the plates come together nicely. Depending on what type of waffle mixture you use will depend on how thick your batter is. This batter turned out a little bit thinner today, but you notice how I made no mess with the bowl and the spout. That's why I love my KitchenAid, and specifically this glass bowl. Not only is the cleaning easy, but it makes my cooking so much cleaner, and I'm not the cleanest. Now, I will say that when it comes to making the waffles, you do have to have time because I'm going to make multiples. So if you're going to set all of this up, the time to take it apart, wipe it down, it ends up being worth it to make a bigger batch and then freezing some of your waffles, or if you have a large family, then making a big batch. But it does take me 30 minutes or longer, depending on how many waffles I'm making and if I made a double batch. The steam coming off is normal, but I've never had it have more steam than that. And then on top of that, there are more buttons for other things that you can use the panini press for, but the waffle iron specifically was why I wanted the Breville panini press, and then liking it for the panini press functions was kind of an added bonus. Now, it does take a long time to cool down, so make sure that you don't have other things that you need to do, because I tend to just let it sit before moving it and putting it away in its container. And then I also have waffle tongs that I'll get out soon to pull the waffles out of the waffle press. Highly obsessed with them. I love this panini press because of the waffles. I probably make waffles about once every month because I love it that much, and it makes it so much easier. Okay, my waffles are ready to pull out. So I got this waffle toaster tong from Williams & Elba, but I'm sure you can find a good one anywhere, or on Amazon or Sur La Table. I'm gonna pull this up, and as you can see, what I love, do you see that little river on the sides? That overflow still cooks, and that's what's so amazing. So I'm going to pull this off, and even without using any non-stick, do you see how easily that came off? And now I have just made 4 waffles, and I'm gonna go ahead and put on my next one. You're more than welcome to spray it if you want, but it's not necessary. So let me put this on. And then I, again, am obsessed with this just because I love waffles, but overall the ease of use is something that really sold me for this Breville item. Now, I love my kitchen gadgets, so you do have to cook frequently and have space for it. That's why we have a storage container for it, and we put it away out of the kitchen, just because we have a tiny kitchen. But if you want quality waffles with minimal effort, you have to get this waffle press.